Welcome to the Media Architecture Biennale Awards. The awards recognize the world's best projects at the intersection of architecture, urban design, and planning, media and interaction design, and urban media art. We had over 40 submissions this year, and it was a difficult choice for our jury to narrow them down to just 3 nominees in each category and 1 winner. Speaking of the jury, here's a list of the jury members to whom we are grateful for providing us their time and expertise, and some of them are here today to hand out awards. So lots of amazing jury members: Maurice Benayoun, David Bianchiardi, who's here, Glenda Caldwell, Shanti Chang from Strongled, who's one of our partners of the event, Lauren Kramer, Sherry Dobbin, who we've seen online and in person, Vincent Hui, Anna Rita Moraes, Sousa Pop, Marilia Pasculi, Martin Tomic, and Nana Verhoef. We also have 5 amazing awards chairs: Tanya Raven-Ag, Gideon Darkangelo from Arup, Sharon Switzer, who's here today, Gernot Chertoy, and Thomas Schelke. Also, a whole team of award designers. And they're from our Creative Technology Lab. So let's take a look at that award for a second. Each winner will get a customized award. The Creative Technology Lab's team utilized early sketches and maquettes to realize the design. CAD models were then broken into separate parts to be 3D printed, laser cut, and UV printed to achieve a unique object to celebrate this year's recipients. The award is made from nylon powder, acrylic, and garnet sand. In the next hour, I'll be your host. I'm Dave Colangelo. I'm the general chair of the Media Architecture Biennale. Thank you. Awards jury members from each category are here, and they're going to give you a description of each award category. They're going to name the nominees, and then, of course, name the winner when the winner's name is called. And if you're one of them, then please come up. Might as well come up on this side. The jury member will hand you the award, and you'll get a chance to say a few words for a couple minutes on stage. And then the jury member will say a few words about your project right after that, and then we'll get you to step to the side here and get your picture taken. I'll probably jump in for a picture too. So let's get started. Let's get into our first category. And this is going to be introduced by David Bianchiardi, principal at AV&C and a member of the MAB23 jury. David, come on up.
This is exciting, and Dave called it. It was hard. Lots of great projects. So I'm talking about animated media architecture, and the objective here was for these projects to demonstrate creative integration and use of light sources on building facades. These projects should add to the communicative capacity of a building and to the experience of the building, the broader site, and the surrounding public space. And our nominees are the M+ Facade, Hong Kong, Peter Jones and Partners, and Light Falls. And the winner is M+ Facade. And it's a long way away, but Yolanda Blair, curator of Moving Image. Oh, we're going to have Valentin here. I was about to shout him out afterwards. Great.
Has a message too.
And the curator has a message. So let's hear from Yolanda, and then we can talk about the who actually realized the miracle of this facade.
Organisers and everybody that supported the 2023 Media Architecture Biennale in Toronto. My name is Yolanda Blair. I'm curator of Moving Image at M+ Museum in Hong Kong. And it's my great honour to accept the award for Best Animated Media Architecture On behalf of M+ and our esteemed collaborators, iArt Studio for Media Architecture, Herzog and de Meuron and Arup. The M+ facade is our museum's largest curatorial space, measuring 110 metres wide by 66 metres tall. It's part physical and part digital, comprising more than 5,600 LEDs that are embedded into the architecture of the building, creating an enormous light-powered facade that transports the M+ collections and programs outside the walls of the museum and into public space. We have been commissioning site-specific artworks, especially for the M+ facade, that amplify the building's physical characteristics, at the same time activating a dynamic conversation with the surrounding cityscape. We would like to express our deepest gratitude to the jury members, the Media Architecture Biennale organisers, and to all our collaborators, not the least iArt that designed this pioneering LED system and who are there with you in Toronto. Heartfelt gratitude is also extended to our recently commissioned artists, including Monica, Alan Powell, Nalini Malani and Pipolotti Rist, all of whom have harnessed the M+ facade's unique capabilities to create exceptional site-specific works for the city and for the people of Hong Kong. So thank you once again for this recognition, and we hope that the M+ facade will continue to captivate artists and audiences for many years to come.
So just a couple. Do
you want to give them the award?
Sure, yes, I do. It's this one on the left. And we have a recipient who doesn't have to fly in from Hong Kong, but comes in from Basel instead. Valentine, congratulations. I'm just going to say a few words now about the jury process here, because Valentine and I haven't met, but we plan to. At least I plan to. In March 2020, that March 2020, we were invited to propose our services actually on an aspect of this project that didn't end up being needed. But what attracted us to this project right away and made the same things that made this so compelling for the juries and my fellow jury members, Nana and Tomas, who can't be here, were as in love with this as I was. And you know, what you don't see is this interleaved canvas that speaks from Hong Kong Island looking towards Kowloon and also speaks down towards the plaza. And the technical miracle is that you can really do different things or the same things in those different view sheds. And that's something that is really empowering, I think, to the kind of programming that this thing can do. So the other thing that attracted to us was the clear conversation between the architecture, the aesthetic of the architecture, the aesthetic of M+, visual identity and brand, and finally the canvas that Valentine and his team actually incorporated into that building. So this is not just a TV on a building. This is not a building as a TV. It can do some of that stuff, but it's also a legitimately new medium, and it's one with its own constraints and opportunities, and it's a really authentic voice because of that connection between the architecture, the brand, the curatorial voice, and the invited artists. So congrats to M+ for pulling this off during COVID and unprecedented political turmoil. Congrats to Valentine and iArt for this incredible realization. And to the runners-up, this was a really tough call. To the runners-up also, Valentine, this is a really tough call. And that's it. Dave Colangelo.
Do you want to say a few words?
So thank you very much from my side. We are very happy to win the award. It's a great honor to be on stage again. And I'm super happy to be with the community in real life, you know, like in person. That's great to be together again and to exchange new ideas. So thank you very much.
Okay, congrats. Let's take a photo. So you stay in the middle, we'll go on either side.
Thank you.
right, let's get on to the next award here. Next up to hand out an award for spatial media art is Paul Chavez, Associate Experience Design at Arup, on behalf of his colleague Gideon Darkangelo, who is one of our awards chairs. So thank you, Paul, for being here, and come on up.
It's been amazing to be here, thank you. The spatial audio projects are produced at the intersection of architecture and media art. They add compelling layers of meaning to places to activate, challenge, and shape public space as in innovative and artistic ways. The nominees are Orlando International Airport, Terminal C, Digital Philotaxi from Seoul, Korea, South Korea, and the Eye of Mexico in Mexico City. And the winner is the Eye of Mexico. I'd like to call up Kyle Harencio, Business Development Coordinator from Massive Art, to come and accept the award.
This is so exciting to speak on behalf of the entire Massive Art team. Thank you so much to the MAB Awards for this acknowledgement of the first public art AI sculpture in Latin America. And a big shout out to our partners, Ivan Way Cambridge, Mira, and Ouch Collective for their support on this fantastic project. You know, thinking about placemaking and public art as a way to change sort of mindsets in different spaces, as well as the integration of AI and new media in pushing the creative dial forward is just such an exciting process. And so just wanted to say thank you to everyone here, thank you to the jury, and congratulations to everybody. So thank you.
A little bit about your piece. I'd like to say a little bit about this piece. As you approach the Eye of Mexico, it literally reflects the city around it through its mirrored exterior. But as you get closer, you begin to experience the dynamic interactions of the city represented by the intelligent generative visualization within the portal. The awesome scale of the piece also mirrors the scale and complexity of the city and the magnitude of human capabilities and technologies. Set in the land of my ancestors, for me, it's not only clearly a representation of modern technology, technological advance that the city of CDMX represents today, but it also contains the DNA of the ancient technologies of the people of Mexico, referencing in some ways the form of the mystery of the Aztec calendar, perhaps. It's a stunning work, and that reveals itself only by engaging it and exploring the city through the eye of a new form of intelligence, beautifully aware of its settings. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Okay, on to the next one. Next up, to hand out an award, is Jeff Schnabel, professor at Portland State University School of Architecture. Jeff was one of our MAB23 Student Award jury members. So we roped you in to do this one. Come on, Jeff.
This is great. Thank you. This particular award is in the category of future trends and prototypes. These projects shed light on what the future of media architecture might look like. They experiment with new technologies, production methods, or ideas. Projects in this category can be both actual projects or conceptual and speculative. In this category, the nominees are Zoe and Spatial Intimacy. And the winner is Zoe. We have Noor Stenford-Kroos and Amir Boston from Studio Stenford-Kroos to accept the award via video.
And this is Amir Boston. Unfortunately, we couldn't join you today in Toledo, but we're very grateful to receive this amazing award for our work Zoe. Zoe is a temporary coexistence between a custom-made robotic system and reishi mushrooms. And through this installation, we try to research the possibilities of an internal communication between robotics and mycelium.
To build Zoe, we were privileged to work with the others and use their knowledge and support. First of all, Production House Theater Rotterdam, thank you so much for letting us using your space and trusting us. Creative Robotics from the Art University in Linz, KUKA Austria for letting us using the robots, and Mushroom Research Center Austria. And of course, thank you very much to the jury for choosing Zoe. We are privileged to receive this award.
Thank you very much.
So when I was telling one of the jurors about this project, they said, "Who doesn't love mushrooms?" And I think that probably is really an apt beginning for a description of this project. It's a really interesting intervention between something organic, something of this planet, and technology, that is a robot. A robot that, and this is where it gets truly interesting, a robot that through data collection identifies the mushrooms and the myceli that are performing least, that are suffering the most, and provides that particular mushroom group with additional nutrients, light, and those sort of things. So in many ways, it's empathetic technology, which is really remarkable. The other thing that I think is truly noteworthy about this project is that visitors that come to see this are seeing the robot and the mushrooms interact. But they are, and so often technology and science is kind of held at arm's length. But the data that's being collected is on the screens that you can see now, spatially surrounds you. So as a visitor, you are immersed in that particular relationship. You are not holding that relationship at arm's length. And then they combine that with physically made results of some cross sections of that data collection as physical objects on the ground plane. So it creates a scientific environment that is spatial and immersive, and so that we can have a little bit of empathy for the experiments that are going on as well. So it's a truly remarkable project, and I am very, very excited to be able to present those winners with this trophy. And in their absence, I will accept it. We won.
All right, thank you, Jeff. Next up to hand out an award is Glenda Caldwell, Associate Professor, Queensland University of Technology, and member of the MAB23 Awards jury, also a paper chair. A lot of people doing double, maybe triple duty. Just wait till I call up Sherry. Okay, come on up.
Thank you, Dave, and thanks, everyone. It's really exciting to be here and to see everyone in person. So the Equitable and Sustainable Media Architecture Award, these projects that reflect upon or address inequities and injustices related to society and or climate. They consider aspects of environmental and or social justice in their ideation, design, implementation, construction, or programming. There was some really amazing projects in this category, and the nominees are Sunscriber, Macula, which was in Australia, Sydney, and the Chatty Bench Festival Community Media Visual Projection. And this was in Australia, in Brisbane, and also had a component in Canada. The winner is the Chatty Bench Festival Community Media Visual Projections. Congratulations. No, this is great. It is, I just want to say your name.
Okay.
So this is Kofi Oduro, creative coder, interaction designer, to come up and accept this award. There you go. Congratulations.
Okay, hold up. So I'm gonna just give a little background and why I have a phone. Because the project was about isolation and bringing community together. And ironically, MAB is held in Canada, and I'm from Canada. I'm the only Canadian on the team. So while doing this project, it was like a lot of back and forth. Like time zone right now is 9 a.m., but I think it's fair because I did a couple 4 a.m. stunts. And one thing important to my co-collaborator, Kavita, who brought me on, and then we did this wonderful interactions that we really wanted to bring the sense of community. So I am going to name people that were part of it, just because that is the system of the project, and I think it would be unfair to not do that. So sorry if I run over time, but I don't think this is the Grammy, so I don't think you're going to cut me off a bit. So once again, thanks to Kavita, and then we had contributions from Agapatos, Amy, Arshin, Chris, Daniel Brown, Georgina B., Heather Bork, Bashard, Katie, Barrett, Jade, Amlid, Savid, William, Marcus, and Jared, and also thanks to QUT Design Lab, QUT Urban Informatics. And once again, just like of the nature of the project, that even if you're isolated, there are ways to build cyber and physical things together, and I think that's what makes media architecture unique and also not unique, how it does try to bring space, digital, technology, art all together, and sometimes you can have wonderful connections just through space.
So I'll just say a couple of words about why this project is really amazing. So Convita Gonçalves was a PhD student at QUT, so the university where I work, and also, so I've worked closely with Kavita, and it was a real pleasure to see this project unfold. It really, truly developed community, it developed a sense of place, it explored theories of DIY media architecture, digital and hybrid placemaking, and it really examined this notion of radical placemaking. The project emphasizes the participatory creation of place-based digital stories towards community advocacy and social justice activism. The project aimed to tackle issues of social isolation that were experienced in the neighborhood of QUT Kelvin Grove in Brisbane, Australia, prior to and during the COVID-19 pandemic. It superimposes the digital stories of participants onto the facade of the building through these visual projections. It engaged with festival participants through this creative coding process. So the creative coding was displayed in real time by the people that were there in place. And that was a huge collaboration that was between Kofi and Kavita, who made it really happen. By doing so, it created place and it built community, and it was a real testament to creativity and bringing together all these theories and explorations of media architecture, and to see it unfold in a local place that was also happening in Canada at the same time. So it's a real pleasure to be here, and congratulations on the award.
Thank you, Glenda, and congratulations. And I was just saying, is maybe some of those people in the project are watching online. I should have mentioned that we're live streaming this on Zoom, so there's a bunch of people watching who couldn't be here in person. So hi, everyone. That one, hi. Okay, let's move on to the next category. Next up to hand out an award is Sherry Dobbin, founder, SRD Culture Limited, member of the MAB23 Awards jury, also a keynote, also a symposium moderator, and a contributor to the Provocations publication and probably other things, but just come up.
Yes, and I've been joking that I am the media facade myself this evening as well. So this category is about participatory media architecture and infrastructures, for those of us who are geeks about the way that things happen. So the projects in this category aim to engage with the social and the political life of the city and empower citizens to take part in collaborative city making, especially placemaking and placekeeping. They can be digital, physical, or hybrid projects, such as community platforms that are encouraging exchanges between citizens for the purposes of civic engagement, or for the management of urban infrastructures and shared resources. So, the nominees are Common Sense, Manifesta 14, Zine, and Room for Negotiation. And the winner is Room for Negotiation. David Menzie, please come forward. The platform is yours.
So thank you so much. Flattered, and I'm super happy to receive this award. It's been a great week here in Toronto, and I'm super happy to also have made so many new contacts. And yeah, I'm also happy that there's an interest in sort of, I don't know, changing the worldview in a sense of incorporating also non-human sort of perspectives and to, just explore. And I think my project is all about exploring, and I'm really thankful for this award. Thanks.
So for those of you who have ever gone through any kind of public consultation or engagement, very often it's really just a call and response. A bunch of people come up, they present some ideas, and you only can respond to it. And what's happened with this project, and we were just talking earlier, so room of negotiation, but it's also about discussion and it's also about listening. And what they've done is they've taken that traditional process, which is linear and deconstructed and let me show you this element and this element and this element. And they've created an environment which is more akin to how we experience the world, which is with our peripheral vision and also the sound and information that surrounds us. Our brains often are pulling from pieces of information that we've seen in other places, or we're hearing things, or we're remembering something. And so in this process, it's actually, or instead of being linear, it's completely circular. There's a model in the center in which things can be projected, but then the screens around also allow these pieces of information. It might be context of history, it might be other species, it might be things that represent the different histories of the natural environment. And so people are discussing the future of their places with that combination of the past, the present, and the future happening, which is more akin to the way that we experience places. So this is a wonderful way in which technology can actually bring us back to having a more human experience. So congratulations.
Well,
He's trying to get the tall and the short people in the same frame.
I'm looking down here, and there's only one left. So here we are. We've made it to the end of the awards, almost. The final award will be handed out by Sharon Switzer, Executive Director, Near North Mobile Media Lab, and MAB23 Awards Chair. Welcome, Sharon.
Make sure my notes are vertical. So this award is a transmedial media architecture, and I just want to say that this is a brand new award category. The projects in this category engage and explore relationships between media architecture and broader forms of media and technology. such as social media, film, television, artificial intelligence, AR, and VR. They can explore aesthetic, technical, and social interplay amongst architecture and media as architecture, architecture as media, in order to express and shape the ways we design and experience reality. The nominees are High-Speed Relations, The Cellular Fidelity, and Écran de Ville. And the winner is High-Speed Relations. So, I'd like to call up Tian Ling, Assistant Professor, Graduate Institute of Architecture, NYCU Architect, to come up and accept this award.
Thank you so
Please
much.
take the award.
Thank you so much for this award. I really appreciate this recognition by the committee, and also it's really an honor, and I'm really happy to be part of a community through this 3 days of conference. I learned a lot from everyone, and also from the great discussions and conversations with all the friends and colleagues here that I met for the first time in this city. So, and also for this work, I collaborate with Fan Xuan, who's she could not be here. She's like 12 hours in the future in Taiwan. 7. So shout out to Fan Xuan. We did it, and I'm really happy and really honored. Thank you.
So, High-Speed Relations is a 9-hour, 12-channel work that represents a real-time journey along the Taiwanese high-speed rail. 6 channels are linked together and document the personal perspective. And the other 6 channels show animated Google Earth images of the exact same location as the live video, with each channel showing the same location at different heights. By the time the highest view is reached, it covers enough area so that no movement is necessary to track the distance covered. The jury responded to the disorienting nature of this large-scale video work that quite literally turns a daily urban experience on its side. The viewer's experience allows for very little connection with or understanding of the land that is being covered at 83 meters a second. The project very succinctly presents the convergence of space and time while implicating Google Earth in our dislocation from an embodied experience of the space. The smart use of Google Earth imagery to track the progress of the high-speed train adds layers of meaning and significance to the work. And that really is why we thought this beautiful piece deserved the award. Congratulations.
All right. Thank you to everyone that submitted a project, to our nominees, our awards chairs, our jury, and all of you for coming out to support the Media Architecture Biennale Awards. And with that, we're really marking the end of, I don't even want to say it, I don't want this to end. This is the end of the Biennale. I'd like to take a few moments to recognize all the amazing support that the event has had from a number of people and organizations. Without them, this event would not have been possible, nor would it have been as fun to organize and implement. So let's see some of our industry sponsors first. Cadillac Fairview, who contributed so much to the event, the symposium that we had yesterday, the city as exhibition space, and then this city as exhibition space that when you go out onto Yonge and Dundas Square, look up at the book. Now I know it's called The Book, from Julian, thank you. and you'll see some work from our image arts students. So check that out. That's from 11 till midnight. And at the same time, another sponsor, Young Dundas Square, Julian, donating that screen time as well. So everywhere you look from 11 till midnight, you'll see some work from our image arts students. Daktronics has been an incredible supporter over the years, and it's done so again to help make this possible. Strong Lead, we saw the LED sculpture. They helped out with that and contributed to the event. Moment Factory has done so much for helping to organize the event and support it. Arup, and Clear Lead as well. Our media partners, Arc Daily, Azure, and then all of our institutional partners, the Media Architecture Institute, the Creative School, the School of Design at George Brown College, where we had our workshops, the Bentway, where I didn't get to go to that. I was too busy making slides for the next day, but I hope you enjoyed that trip. TMU, I already mentioned Young Dundas Square, York University, where we, Cinema and Media Arts, where we had our virtual event last week. The European Union, Bauhaus University Weimar, Public Art Lab, and the Social Sciences and Humanities Research Council of Canada. And I should also, since I mentioned George Brown, I have to say thank you to the amazing School of Media crew who you've seen buzzing around. Let's have a round of applause for them. They have done incredible work over the last few days, and you're going to get to see some of that because they're going to cut some videos together, and we'll post those online so you can relive every recorded moment of the event. Okay, next I want to talk about our exec and advisory board. So really, that's where all this started. You know, we had to come up with the themes of the event. We had to think about who our keynotes might be. And this group of people, James Bird, Mei Chu, Patricio Davila, Melini Guha, Vincent Hui, Imani Men, really we worked very, we spent a lot of time thinking about what we wanted this event to be. And I think at the last keynote that we had today with Sekou Cook, you know, just when I mentioned those themes that we had drawn out at the beginning, it was so amazing to see how they'd come full circle with all the keynotes and all the papers and how everyone responded to them. So thank you to the executive committee, the advisory board, who also helped a lot. One person who really wished he could have been here, Martin Deval, who couldn't make it last minute. He was the general chair of the last event, and without him, I started from like way ahead because he just gave me so much knowledge about what to do to put something like this together. Christy Kang, H.A. Kang, who's here, Mfo Metsipa, Niels Wouters, Jeff Schnabel, who you saw, Marilia Pasculi, Anna Rita Moraes, Lauren Kramer, and Joanne Dallaire all really helped out a lot. Next, chairs. There's a lot of chairs. Paper chairs. So Glenda, Joel, Elise, Marius, thank you so much. Workshop chairs. David, you're right there. David, Luke, Espanol, and Sydney. Marius, who's helped. Well, yeah, that's the second time his name came up there in 2 columns. Jessica Thompson, thank you so much. Our publication chairs, Ian Callender, and Annie Delaria, who put together that amazing Provocations book, which you should all go out and buy because they didn't send us that many copies. We can't just hand them all out. But of course, there's the other publication that we've been talking about all week, the Media Architecture Compendium, which we do have a lot of those, and we would love for you to grab a copy and tell other people about it. Where am I? ACM publication chairs. They're really going to kick in soon. Effie, we call her, and Alex, they are working to get all the papers and exploration and prototypes published, and that'll happen over the next 6 months, let's say. Explorations and prototypes chairs. So Victor Prezamato, you saw him today, Martin Tomic, who's in Sydney, Alexander Vitov, and Andrew Vandemore. Thank you to all of you. My second slide of chairs. Industry chairs, David Bianchiardi, Cheryl Catterall from Moment Factory, Shanti Chang, Hank Hausler, Glenn Harding, Amal Hazelton, another Moment Factory contribution, and Susan Oliver, who's here as well. So it's great to see quite a few of you here, and you've helped quite a bit. Awards chairs, Tanya Raven-Ag, Gideon Darkangelo, Sharon Switzer, Gernot Chertoy, and Thomas Schelke. Student exhibition and awards chairs Juan Carvajal B. and Michelle Ng. And then our virtual production coordination and staff, that was all last week. Feels like a year ago. Morgan Bailey Taylor, Hector Centeno Garcia, Taylor Reyes, and Rebecca Watson. Thank you to all of them. And that's not all. There's so many more people. All of our amazing staff. So all of these great visuals, you're probably wondering who put them together. Alicia Fung and Cindy Tang have been working with me over the last month and a half. And yeah, they just designed the heck out of this event. So thank you to them. Tanya, the event coordinator, amazing work. Thank you, Tanya. Couldn't have done it without you. Calvin, our exhibition coordinator. Yeah, let's they're here. Let's clap them out. Calvin with the exhibition coordination, Lauren Morris, Tiana Osborne, helping out with equity, access, and belonging. And I think I cut everyone on that list. And then our volunteers. So you've seen everyone in the blue shirts running around helping to get microphones in the right spot and food in the right places. So thank you to all of our volunteers. All of your names are up there and you've done an incredible job. And if you really like their t-shirts, we have a lot. I ordered way too many t-shirts. So if you want one, I think we have a bunch over there. So if that's something you'd like to grab, please do so. I already talked about the books. What else do I have to say? I just need to stop talking and go have a drink with all of you and celebrate. So thank you all. Enjoy the night.